For more on this, we're joined now by Rabbi Uri Pilichowski, educator and political commentator, and he joins us from the community of Mitzpeh Yericho in the West Bank. And Uri, let me ask you, how significant do you think, if indeed, and we assume he will, Secretary of Pompeo will make that visit, especially let's not go tomorrow, how significant do you think those visits are going to be?
I think they're very significant. I think that it's solidifying what we call the Pompeo doctrine, which states that our communities here in Judea and Samaria are not inconsistent with international law. So I think it's I can't imagine anything more significant than his first announcement, and now concretely putting his feet on the ground is very significant to our communities.
Right, but Uri, we have seen in the past, for example, the Bush administration in a famous letter to Ariel Sharon sort of acknowledged that some Israeli settlements would remain part of Israel after settlement. And then it seemed the Obama administration sort of backtracked on that. So again, since we are moving to a transition in Washington, how much lasting impact, I mean, it is a precedent of sort, but how much lasting impact this might have going forward into perhaps a Biden administration?
That'll depend on the Biden administration, but I think the more that administrations like the Trump administration do to solidify and concretely take these abstract policies and put them into action, I think that makes it even more difficult for the Biden administration to walk it back. And I sincerely hope that they won't walk it back. I think that the towns here in Judea and Samaria are the new reality. I think that's being recognized. And I don't think that the Biden administration can walk back what's reality. So I think that the Secretary Pompeo isn't really establishing anything new tomorrow. I think he's just recognizing the reality, and I think that's something that's going to last into the Biden administration.
Now, of course, sorry, even before the election in the U.S. took place, there were those, including these diplomats from the Gulf, officials from Bahrain and the UAE, explicitly said that they made diplomatic relations with Israel on the understanding that Israeli annexation, or what some call Israel extending its sovereignty to West Bank settlements, was basically off the table. It was stopped for now. Now, of course, we have the Biden administration coming in. Advisors close to the president-elect have said they are against what they call a unilateral move. So how confident or not are you going forward that annexation, extending sovereignty will be a realistic option in the coming years?
In the coming years, I'm not too optimistic. I'm an optimistic person, but I'm not that optimistic. The Biden administration is against it, and as long as we have the opportunity for further deals with our new Arab friends, I don't think we should risk it. So I think that for the next couple of years, we'll hold off on sovereignty. It would be great if the Biden administration came around on it and allowed us to do it. But if not, then we'll wait a couple of years, sign more of these Abrahamic Accords, which are incredible for us and here in all of Israel. And then when the time is right, we'll be able to extend our sovereignty to this area.
Well, let's tamper expectations a little down a bit, and let's talk about just building or construction in the West Bank settlements. Now, we know Vice President Biden was part of an administration that was really didn't even want one more inch of building. There were such phases. It's not clear how much himself Biden personally bought into that. We do see the Netanyahu administration reportedly stepping up approvals, maybe trying to create facts on the ground. How confident are you or not that Netanyahu-led government even would be able to proceed with construction in settlements given a Biden administration coming in?
I'm hoping that the Biden administration will recognize that natural growth of our towns has to continue. You just can't keep people. The Obama administration had this unrealistic idea of not one more brick. That doesn't work. We need to build schools. We need to build hospitals. Our communities grow. It's an unrealistic expectation that we won't grow. I can understand an objection to new settlements, but we haven't built a new settlement in years. So I think that that's not really a problem. And I'm hoping that we can come to this understanding where our communities will grow inside our communities, and that hopefully the Biden administration won't say anything against.
Well, perhaps not, but other indications, certainly if you look at his past record, there will be some friction over that issue, but we'll have to see. Who knows? The Biden administration will have other priorities as well. Rabbi Uri Pilichowski, thank you for joining us this evening on The Rundown. Now, Secretary Pompeo's